Dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yup, what's good, original crew, man? We're back today, man. We have Quick Slice with a Love is Blind visual. Awkward dude love bombs 2 women and then can't decide. Bro, we watched this and I just couldn't finish it. I couldn't finish this season, bro. It was one of the most awkward seasons. And it just felt like nobody was a match for anyone. What about you?
We finished.
We did not finish. We got a long way. We didn't even get to the marriages.
Oh, this the season that we did. Yeah, you're right. We didn't finish.
We wanted to get to the marriages and get to the reunion. It was very awkward the whole time.
We finished the pod, like everything in the pods.
Yeah. We finished the pods. We started seeing the dates. We seeing
this one was hard for me to watch. I don't know why.
This season was a very hard watch season, and I know why. It's just like I said, everybody just felt like they wasn't even meant to be. It felt very forceful across the board.
Yeah, I guess.
A lot of people was faking it or forcing it just for the show, and it's just like.
Lying. Okay. People weren't being authentic.
So I knew one girl. Not Love Is Blind. What's the one? Marriage at First Sight.
Mm-hmm.
Not 90 Day Fiance, because one girl from 90 Day Fiance. I know her too, but the Married at First Sight.
Married at First Sight. Yeah.
The one in Nashville. One of the girls I knew.
Mm-hmm.
So she did a whole. I forgot to tell you. She did an interview regarding that. I gotta show you that one though. Because she did an interview. Kind of based on, I feel like she gave up on that because of the producers, not necessarily. But I'll tell you more backstory behind that. Remind me.
I will.
This made me remember that. But yeah. With that being said, before we get into it, make sure you check out the links in the description box
down below.
You already know where to go if you want to first support. All you gotta do is check out down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's visuals,
like it with a thumbs up.
People always talk about kid. A lot of people. I actually do, y'all. I actually do. I went to actually a big college, but also from growing up, I know a lot of people. I know Jordan Sparks' husband. Don't ask me. You can ask me how I know Jordan Sparks' husband. I know him from childhood. I had photos with him. I don't even know. I think they're back home with my mom crib. But yeah, I know Jordan Sparks' husband. Mm-hmm. Then, when I got married, I was like, what? that was surprising. But yeah, I know him too. But yeah, I know. Kid know a lot of people, man. Let's get it. Let's check it out. Let's see what's about. You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's go.
We're going to have fun tonight.
Thank you. I love my kisses.
No, I love giving them to you.
I bet not seen nobody on Love Is Blind.
I have a crush on you. I really do. I'm falling for you so fucking hard. Like using the L word.
You know who should go on Love Is Blind?
Who?
The dude who made the post. Yeah, this dude I know, grew up with.
Oh.
He made a viral post that went viral on Facebook. Yeah. And he's seeking love. And she was telling me about the post, right? Mm-hmm. She was like, just, and I was like, who's the dude? She was like,
have you seen?
Hold on. Let me tell you the story.
You could tell.
I'm saying, because I asked you said, hold on. I'm gonna tell you about the story at the end.
Oh yeah. I was like, yeah, you better tell the stories, But yeah, I was like, have you seen this post going around Facebook? You was like, no, I said, no.
Tell me about it.
And so I started reading him everything, and then I was like, what do you think about this?
He was like, he got this, he got this, he was this, he used to do this, and he got a kid. And I was like,
he has full custody of his daughter. So he
I ain't know I ain't recognize who she was talking about.
And then in the end, I showed him, and he was like, I know, dude.
Yeah, we grew up around the
and I was like, bro, you don't know everybody.
I was like, we grew up. I grew up right down the street.
He was like, he's from where I'm from.
And then I'll tell her about all the stories I told her. She said, I was like, yeah, I know a lot of people.
I was like, well, he's looking for a woman.
Yeah, but his post.
A lot of people vouch for him. They say he's a good guy.
Yeah, he went viral. He's a cool dude. Yeah. As far as relationship wise, I don't know him. As far as relationship,
but just
I ain't never been in a relationship with him.
And that's the thing when people vouch for people. I'm like, yeah, people can be a great friend, a great brother, great whatever. But you don't know how people are in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
word is something that's like so sacred and scary for me, but like I'm like afraid to use it like now, but like I feel like I'm like going to.
Wow, that's some real profound stuff right there.
I need more kisses.
Love
But he
is
should go
Blind
on
is a
here.
show that makes you feel like you're watching something that you really shouldn't be watching. The secondhand embarrassment you will experience is extreme, and most of the people on the show behave in a way where it would only make sense if I found out it was their first day on planet Earth and they were trying to learn how humans date each other. And look, I'm not saying that there's a way for this to not be awkward. That's just kind of baked into the situation. People are trying to find their true love through a wall on a Netflix show. But when you have people like this guy on the show, I start to forget that these are all adults and not middle schoolers.
God, I've like
Bro,
a
what
crush
you
on
said.
you. I really do. Like I'm falling for you so fucking hard. Like
These two sentences were spoken mere seconds apart. Apparently, he went from having a crush to falling in love with someone to being in love with them in the span of one conversation. My question is, does he even understand what any of these words mean? This show makes no sense at all. You'd think that it would be like a blind date kind of thing where they all are just talking to each other and getting to know each other.
That's
and then
what
at
it
the
is,
end they
though.
decide who they actually want to go out with. But no, instead they're all just like falling in love with each other and telling each other that they all love like multiple different people at once. And then when they have to pick somebody at the end, of course the people that they don't pick are all hurt. They're like, oh my god, you said you loved me. We could have had such a great life together, Leo. We had so much in common. We both love to go out to restaurants and we like to travel. We both love to travel to places where we can eat food. Nourishment is a popular topic among the two of us. We like to travel back to our cars and back home. We both love traveling from our cars to restaurants and then from restaurants back to the car.
if I'm at a buffet, I put one bite of every piece of food on my.
Too.
On one sense, we're kind of talking about light stuff because it's just like, oh, we're talking about like how we eat dinner and stuff. But if we get married, like that's like a thing you do. Like you go out to dinner a lot. And I feel like
Whoa, I
liking
never really
those
thought about
things
it
that you
like
do a lot is like really important.
On one sense, we're talking about like really light stuff, but you know, people eat dinner, people do things, and people do things together in the same vicinity as each other. You can't have a marriage without dinner, and I think that the fact that we both like dinner shows that we are taking a step in the right direction. We both have a lot in common. We both want to have things in common, which is the biggest thing we have in common. So before I continue, just to give a little bit of context, this guy Leo falls in love with two different women and he can't decide, and then he does decide and it's a complete disaster. It goes as poorly as it possibly can under these circumstances.
I could easily seduce any of these guys to fall in love with me and marry me and say something. But I know what I want. Some people want to be boss babes and make all the money and live their lifestyle, and that's not how I want to live.
So the first
She's a walking red flag. I don't care how you see it physically, and that's the problem with a lot of this is. I'll say this: what is? Let me ask you this first. What is your biggest like no that is the problem with this show?
That's a problem with the show.
Yeah, and I'll see if we on the same page.
Are you speaking in regards to like
Involving the contestants?
before they see each other?
Yeah.
Like discussing certain like topics
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Like I don't like when they start talking about what they look like or even like money and stuff like that.
Those are the two problems I have with it.
Yeah.
I don't think the conversation of money or looks. If love, like if
The show's called Love is Blind. That's truly what it's about.
and that's the motive of the whole thing. Then love is. We're not married, right?
Yeah.
So we're just dating. So we should go off the notion of can we connect on a deep level? If looks and appearance has to be brought up, then we're not connecting on a deeper level. And then if finance is brought up and that's what sways one or the other, then that is not connecting like the true art of love.
Yeah.
Love is not money and love is not looks. Now it's a bonus on both sides, but it's not like a foundation of a marriage.
Yeah.
Because that's what this leads up to is a marriage. So when you say that, it's like, cause we seen it last season.
Yeah.
And then when dude he's like, oh, you don't look nothing like I thought you looked. Cause what she said she looked like Megan Fox.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, Megan Fox.
And that's all he just kept like, oh, he was like, oh, I'm about to get me a Megan Fox. And then he was like, oh, dang.
Then when he sees she look more like Adele.
And I'm like, but y'all connected.
No disrespect to Adele, but.
What? Y'all connected or whatever the case may be. Yeah, no disrespect, because Danelle.
But I'm just saying, like, come on now. Every guy would be like, who would you like?
But anyway. But anyway, he was just so fixated on like, oh, she looks like Megan Fox, da 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 da, and so that's all he had in his head. Even though they connected on other things,
yeah,
he was just like mostly like the looks. That's all he like. So he ignored everything else, and then when he seen her, he was like, oh, disappointed. But I'm like, don't forget all the, like, y'all still, like, connected in a way. Yeah. But I think, just so, like...
I don't think he connected with her like that.
He forced himself to connect with...
Because he was like Megan Fox.
He forced it more because he was, like, just thinking about the looks.
And the same situation with this.
Even with him.
And he won both girls over because he started talking about his finance.
Talking about... And it was like, oh, you got money. Like, oh, you whatever. So...
First person that Leo has a supposed connection with is Brittany, and it sounds like she just wants to be a trophy wife, basically. He claims that he doesn't want to be with somebody that is only into him for his money, but he doesn't do the best job at preventing that. And of course, the first thing they bond over is going on vacation. Like, I understand that's nice, it's gonna happen at some point, it's an important thing to talk about, I guess, but that's not life. And I'm not just trying to be overly pessimistic. I know those are fun topics of conversation that are just bound to come up no matter what, but then they will claim to be in love based off of a few conversations like this over the course of 10 days. Like that's not possible. You don't even know what you're loving about the person yet. But anyway, let's see how their story unfolds here.
What's your name?
I'm Brittany. What's your name?
I'm Leo.
Leo DiCaprio? Ooh, I love that.
You know, who wouldn't want to be him? Brittany, I like your voice a lot. I'm not just saying that.
Oh, thank you.
Oh my god, this guy is the perfect package. His name is Leo. He likes my voice. Next thing he's gonna tell me he likes to go on vacation. I love me a man who likes to do things. Doing things is cool. Fun things, especially. Doing fun things.
If we went on vacation and I was like, I planned like some really fun stuff for us to do,
oh my
of
god,
course,
please.
you would be like, I'm along for the ride.
Yes, anything.
Oh my god, that's like so important to me. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Vacation? Oh god. Oh my god.
Oh my god. If we went on vacation and I was like, I planned like a buffet.
I'm really adventurous, so I want to be with somebody who can match that, you know? I want to travel the world. I want to see every single country. I want to try all different foods. I want to go skydiving. I want to parasail. I just want to go.
Anybody will be up for that if money is not a problem.
Right.
Like that's the thing. Like money is not a problem for him. So yeah, any chick, if you put that on the table for any chick, she like, oh, we could go anywhere. Like you just, oh hell yeah, sign me up.
And the thing that I had with them, like the issue, is because in his head, I can't remember if she ever talked about what she looked like with him, or like kind of gave him like an idea.
I think to a point,
because I think he had in his head. He already visualized her like this, like blonde, Barbie looking, like blonde chick. Like I think he had already visualized that in his head, and he was so like stuck on what she looked like, and he was like, basically, you can like, because I feel like he kept talking about kind of like the way
he was envisioning what she looked like. She was envisioning the fact that he can be able to take care of her, because she already mentioned, I don't want to be a boss babe. I want to be taken care of. I want to be like that type of wife. Because they brought up the 50-50 thing, and that's a conversation. If it's brought up, it's automatically, to me personally, is a red flag early in the relationship. Like now, we started talking about marriage.
Not even relationship. Early in like a conversation, like because y'all not even, you know what I'm saying.
Now we're married, like approaching the stage of marriage, and we're deep into this.
Those are conversations that need to be had.
Yeah, that you can have.
Yeah.
But early into a relationship, early into communicating, and we bringing up 50-50 conversation.
And she was just like, oh, he got money. I can live this lavish life.
Even somebody with money, I wouldn't want to have that conversation.
Yeah.
Like, even if I know I got $10 million coming in a year.
Yeah.
I don't want to have that conversation, because then it's going to sway you whether or not you truly like me or not. Mm-hmm. Like, I got to stop dating for money and looks. Like I said, that's just a bonus. You know what I'm saying? That comes.
Yeah.
I'm saying looks is what attracts you to a person. Yeah. Like you can't help but be attracted.
But
to
don't ignore it. My thing is, don't just ignore everything else just because they
based
look
off
good.
the looks. Yeah.
nuts. You know, I want to wrestle a crocodile. I want to learn how to do a triple backflip. Something tells me that she's exaggerating a little bit when she says that she would be up for anything. Maybe I'm just overthinking this, but some of these people seem so euphoric to even be here that they don't really represent themselves accurately. It seems like they're more in love with the experience than anything. Like they just keep talking about how magical the pods are and how wonderful the time in the pods are. It's like, why don't you just marry the pods? So many of them are so happy in these damn pods. It's just like, you know, live a pod life together then. You can go pod racing. Anyway, now let's move on to when Leo talks to Hannah and let's see their first conversation.
This is Leo.
Leo! Hello, Leo.
Hello.
So, my favorite thing in the world is first experiences, new experiences.
Oh, here we go.
Love it.
I love, like, Europe.
Oh, my
love
God.
it. Like, I want to do, like, if we're going to Costa Rica, I want to go rock climbing. I want to go to the volcanoes. And, like, if we go to Europe, I want to see all, like, the history.
I'm getting deja vu here. What's going on? Is this the same conversation as the last one? Just to make things a little bit easier to follow, I've made this nifty diagram here just to show their interests and what overlaps. As you can see, doing things seems to be very popular among the three of them. Hannah enjoys doing new things while Brittany enjoys doing fun things.
The time in the pods is too short and precious to play it cool. I like you.
Yes, I like you too. I'm sure I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully.
I hope so.
Fingers freaking crossed.
Yeah, I hope so. Fingers crossed.
All right, so that was it for the first conversations that Leo had with Hannah and Brittany. You might think that I skipped over a lot in those conversations, but I really didn't. There wasn't much more to see, and obviously they're not going to show us everything they filmed, but presumably they would show us the best or most important moments. So the next day, it seems like Brittany kind of tries to open up to Leo about the fact that her mother died, and Leo also lost a parent as well, but he doesn't really respond to this, and then the conversation shifts to finances, which is obviously a very important...
He actually lost, both parents. And he's a single child. And he had to take over the family business.
Yeah.
So he's actually, is it a single child? Only child. I said single child. Only child.
You always say that. But only, yeah.
And he lost both his parents.
He lost both parents.
And then back to back too, wasn't it? Or his grandma died, then his mom died, then... It was something like that. It was like back to back. And
then now he's over the family art business or whatever.
That makes him lucrative amounts of money.
Yeah.
Thing to discuss, but it doesn't go very well.
Okay, in a marriage, finances. How would you split the bills? Would it be 50-50?
I don't know if I believe in paying all of it. Mm-hmm. But I also don't think I believe in splitting 50-50 if I'm like making more.
So I think that's a relatively sensible answer, but it's clear that she wants to be taken care of completely when it comes to finances. Not only that, but it seems like she wants to live at least a mildly luxurious lifestyle. And he literally said that he's afraid of someone only being into him for his money. So realistically, if that's a huge priority for her, then they are incompatible.
As a girl, I do like nice things. And we shop more. Grooming and nails and hair and my fucking workout classes and stuff are expensive. And my last relationship, I was taken care of.
Well, stop having everything expensive if you can't afford it.
If you can't afford your own lifestyle, stop expecting someone else to afford it.
And the biggest thing, like what dude said, they were incompatible because, dude, you literally said you don't want anyone who wants you for your money. She ended up being somebody who wants you for your money, and you said you don't believe in like paying for everything. Because you want somebody else to be able to carry, you know what I'm saying? But I don't believe in 50-50 because I might make more money than you. Yeah. So I feel like as a man, I should be providing for you, which is okay. It's understandable. You know what I'm saying? But she's not looking for that. So why are we talking to each other? Right. But also, I do feel like he was the richest one there. So, you know, if you're the richest one in the room, the biggest gold digger going to always go for the richest.
100%.
It's so funny to me that the show is called Love is Blind, so they're supposed to be bonding over their personalities and their common interests and their principles, but they can't even do that right. It's crazy. It seems like at least half the time, their personalities aren't even compatible, and they're just kind of like, oh, I hope he or she is super hot. There have been some successful couples, of course, but it seems like most of the people do not actually think that love is blind, and they very much care about looks. There's nothing more awkward than seeing two people speak to each other really affectionately in the pods, and then when they meet face to face, everything changes.
One of the things that I am insecure about is, does she want me because of my job and because of the money that I was very blessed to have?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. She answered the question. Now, just because she wants to be taken care of 100%, that doesn't necessarily mean she's only going to marry somebody for the money. However, what it likely means is that if he were to lose all of his money, she would not stand by him. I'm not saying that's the case for everyone. I really get a sense that that is the case for her.
If we woke up tomorrow and suddenly all my money vanished, if some hurricane came and destroyed all the art, and that like you would be there with me, and that like not like shit my fucking lottery ticket just like got, you know what I mean?
I will tell you, if I wanted to marry for the money, I would have married a very long time ago.
But notice how that doesn't even answer the question at all. She says that she could have married for the money a long time ago, so it sounds like she wants to marry for the money and the personality and the looks. And you know what? I'm not judging her for having these preferences, but you are on a show called Love is Blind. It seems like some of these people might just be on the show for the clout and they don't actually care at all about finding their soulmate. Or similarly to the show Married at First Sight, they're expecting to meet the perfect person in their eyes, like absolutely flawless. They just have unrealistically high expectations.
That would have been a very easy thing for me to do.
That's validating to hear.
How is that validating to hear? She didn't reassure you at all. She just said, listen, I could have done that a long time ago if I wanted. She didn't say, oh, I would never leave you because of that. That's something you never have to worry about. She kind of scoffed at the question, like, listen, buddy, you don't even know what I'm capable of. You don't know the power I have.
Do you know Leo is one of the top baby names I have written down?
Oh my God.
And then for a girl, I really like the name Blaze.
Whoa.
Isn't that cute?
Blaze Brody?
Blaze Brody? That's what they want their child's name to be? No. That doesn't exist. That's not a real name. I just lost every subscriber named Blaze Brody.
Wait, your last name is Brody?
Oh yeah, I guess.
Now,
how she said it, your last name is Brody? Like, ew.
Yeah. Like she said that, like, I cannot let that be my last name.
Blaze Brody. Leo Brody.
That don't even go though. But
Leo Brody.
It don't seem like it go.
Leo Brody. Yeah, I don't know.
But what goes with Brody?
I mean, his name. That's his name. Leo Brody.
But now, why would you name a girl Blaze? Now Blair.
I think I know some girl. I mean, well, not personally, but I think I've heard the name for a girl, Blaze.
That sounds like a nickname, not an actual government name. But hey, some of y'all out here name y'all kids Apple and Banana.
Apple, banana, yeah. Blanket.
No, that was a nickname.
Oh.
That was a nickname.
I thought about it. I said, I don't know if I'm going to say it anyway.
I guess I didn't tell you that. Yeah, my name's Brody.
Oh my God, Leo.
Oh my God.
My name would be BB.
It'd be Brittany Brody. Brittany Brody's a cute name.
Now that sounds like it flow.
Brittany Brody.
Oh my God, did you hear that? She's obsessed. Yeah, sure, let's get married because of the alliteration. That makes perfect sense. Wait a minute, Brittany Brody? Oh my God, it's destiny. I've been waiting my whole life for some alliteration, and now I've finally met the man of my dreams. Probably. I gotta see what he looks like first, maybe, though. Because if he's hot, then Brittany Brody is adorable. I love that name. But if he's not, then I don't know how I feel about that. It kind of creeps me out. So anyway, that is the end of day 2 between Leo and Brittany. So that's 2 out of 10 days already, and they're supposedly in love by the end of this. They talked about finances, which is important, of course, but then they spent the rest of the time talking about baby names and what their first and last names sound like. Anyway, now let's move on once again to Leo and Hannah. Leo starts telling her about a dream he had with her in it.
I was like talking to your mom, who I also obviously don't know what she looks like, and then like you walked in, and then like the dream like faded into something else, and when I woke up I was like, holy shit, like she was in my dream.
Okay, I feel really special right now, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
So he met her yesterday, and then he had a dream about her where he walked into a kitchen and talked to her mom, and then she walked into the kitchen, and then he woke up. Did he have a dream about Brittany? I don't think he did. So, he might have a stronger connection to Hannah. But at the same time, Brittany Brody?
How you even have a dream about somebody you don't even know what they look like? It's unrealistic.
Is it?
Yes. And you don't have a dream about somebody on the first time you meet somebody. Well, you could.
You could.
It depends on how big of an impression they leave on you.
Yeah.
Brittany Blaze Brody Blaze Brittany. That's some good stuff right there. You got a lot to consider.
Hannah
This
Brody.
next part
Now,
is
that
kind of
sounds
hilarious. He starts talking about his job and how he appreciates that Hannah doesn't just ask him about his job all the time because he has this cool job where he makes a ton of money. But he's saying it in a way where it sounds like he kind of wants to talk about it. You know, he wants her to ask about it.
Like, one thing I appreciated is, like, you haven't, like, asked me, like, a million things about my job. Like, oh, like, so do you get to go to Art Basel? Like, what kind of art do you sell? Like, some people are like, so what's the most expensive piece of art you sold? And it's like, I understand wanting to know that because it's, like, inherently interesting. It's like,
oh my God, dude, are you serious?
But also, I feel like even though he say he doesn't want anybody to want him for his money, he's moved by people knowing him through his money.
Yeah.
Like, he wants that to be the reason why you like him, low.
Because you bringing it up.
Yeah.
If you like, so like, I'm glad she didn't ask. You want to brought it up because now, okay, obviously, do you want me to ask about it? Are you like trying to like, because it's kind of like the thing, like you're not interested in nothing that I have, like going. No, I just don't care for.
I'm not trying to get to connect
money.
to you for the finance.
Yeah.
You know, Hannah, I really appreciate that you haven't asked so much about my sick job. You know, people are always like, how much money do you have? How many paintings have you sold? You know, I'm just a human being like everybody else. I just have a sick job and a lot of money. But I'm just tired of people seeing me only for that. People are always like, you're the coolest guy ever. How many famous people do you know? And it's like, really? You think I want to be talking about myself all the time and how cool my job is? I understand it's inherently interesting to ask, so it makes sense that you would ask, but like, enough, you know?
I don't want, like, my job to ever define me.
Yeah.
Even when I first shared that with you, you weren't like, you wanted to know me, not like about my job.
That's the idea.
Yeah, to be honest with you, like, when I heard it, I was like, oh, that's cool, but like, I don't even know exactly what that even means, to be honest with you.
Why?
Whoa, hey, you're talking to an art dealer over here.
Hold
Do
on.
you even know what I do? You're supposed to find this interesting, but you're not supposed to ask about it. You're supposed to pretend it's not interesting. That's what I want, okay? But I also want you to ask about it. You need to ask about it, but don't ever ask me about it.
You're like, one of the things I'm most attracted to you is, like, you're clearly, like, really smart. Like,
I know a lot about a lot of things, I think.
I love that.
Aww.
We're just like perfect for each other, you know?
We are actually, like, I think amazing for each other.
I know.
I mean it. Like, the more I talk to you, the more I'm like, wow.
All right, so let's take a look at the updated chart here and see their compatibility ratings. It looks like Hannah gets some points because she doesn't ask about art. Brittany Brody, that's cool. Money. We've learned that Leo had a kitchen dream and he has a sick-ass art job, but he doesn't want people to ask about it. So back at the women's quarters, things are getting a little bit heated because they're all starting to learn who's talking to who, and it turns out there's some overlap there because, you know, that's the show after all. They're all like, oh my god, so-and-so broke up with this person, and it's like, who's breaking up? It's the second day here. What is there to break up? What are you guys doing?
He was already upset because she had just broken up with Nikki.
That's the issue with this show. They're all falling in love with each other so quickly. Like, they're getting invested immediately instead of just treating it like this casual thing where they get to know each other. It's only day 2 and people are breaking up. There's already a bunch of jealousy. I think the show requires them to get engaged afterwards and get married. Like, that's part of the whole deal. So that's why they have to move so quickly, which makes the show more entertaining.
I think everyone's had a little emotional meltdown today.
What happened?
Everyone has learned who's dating who. It was really bad.
Oh my god,
What?
oh no, what happened?
I said your fucking name.
Okay.
Then, apparently, someone else on your list was heard that.
Okay, so he's talking to 2 people. That's the point of the show. Everybody's talking to multiple people. I think they slowly narrow it down as time goes on, but that's the idea. The only issue here is how serious they're all taking this. Like, yeah, if everybody's falling in love right away, someone's gonna get hurt. Maybe you should just get to know the guy first, you know? Make sure you have more in common with him than the fact that you enjoy the way that your name sounds with his last name.
This was...
Right after our date today.
Damn.
Like, I would never, ever, 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 ever say that. Mostly because I am so strongly believe in negative energy and like evil eyes and jealousy. And
I'm very confused here, and I've watched this multiple times. I still don't know what she means when she says she would never, ever, ever say that. Say what? What do you mean? I think she's upset because she thinks he's a player, which, I mean, he probably is, but also talking to 2 people on the show is not evidence enough of that, you know, because that's what all of you are doing. I think she's just upset that he could be saying the same thing to somebody else that he's saying to her, which a lot of people on this show do.
I'm into evil eyes too. And I'm not at all mad at you. Like you're really honest with me. Like, I really appreciate that. It's kind of inevitable once we get to this point that like people will probably start knowing.
You guys, you've been here for like 3 days.
Yeah.
Am I the crazy one here? Is this really how it works? You just talk about a couple baby names, you talk about going on vacation, and then that's it. You're a couple. This show is basically just Married at First Sight with extra steps, and I don't even trust these people to find someone who's compatible for themselves. Like, it might be better off if somebody...
Or like, they're similar to 90 Day Fiance, but you get to, like, it's more of a... Well, no, 90 Day Fiance, they still be... So Married at First Sight, yeah. It's a blend between the two. Like marriage at first sight, but not also 90 Day Fiance because they go in a pre-engagement situation. But Married at First Sight, you don't know who you're talking to. And soon we meet, we gotta get engaged. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I guess with yeah.
Like I'm saying, it's a bridge between
Get
the
engaged.
two shows.
Yeah, get engaged.
Married at First
But
Sight,
you don't
they
necessarily
literally
have
married
to-
and they got 90 days to see if they are 100% compatible or they get a divorce.
Yeah.
And I don't even trust these people to find someone who's compatible for themselves. Like, it might be better off if somebody chose them for them.
I just want to focus on you and I. Like, God, I have like a crush on you. Like, I really do.
All right, so yeah, you remember this, and seconds later, he says that he is falling for her. This is episode 2, everyone. What exactly is he falling for? Like, what can you possibly know about someone in this amount of time that makes you in love with them? You have no idea who they actually are yet. You would think that 2 people in their early 30s would have figured this out by now.
Sorry, I'm like, maybe I should have went home. I'm kind of in a sad mood.
Why?
I don't know. It's fine.
Hold my bones.
Honestly, Leo, I'm really upset right now. I don't even know if I want to go on vacation with you anymore, unless it's somewhere really nice and really tropical. I just can't believe you're talking to someone else. I thought you only had ears for me. Come to find out there's a nether portal for some other girl. You know what, Leo? If you can't handle the pods, you can go home. I don't care if you're an art dealer and you're a big fan of Vincent van Gogh. You're not that cool and your job is only slightly interesting.
I'm like never gonna forget our date today.
Why?
Like what you said was like so brave and vulnerable.
What if I just ghosted you?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
So for a moment, it seems like she is starting to see through him, and I thought that was really going to be the case when she was like, oh, what if I just ghosted you? But then he smooth talks his way out of it, which is kind of weird because nothing he says is smooth. It's actually really awkward and weird, and I thought she was going to be like, all right, dude, I'm done with you. But then she's like, oh my God.
I'll tell you one thing. Before our date today, like, I'll be honest, like, you were, like, a really, really, like, you were number 2. And after our date today, like, honest to God, like, you're, like, I swear to God, you're, like, both number 1.
Oh my God, Leo, that is so romantic. We're both number 1 now. Take me to Miami. Take me now. Let's go surfing. Is it me, or does it seem like Leo has no idea what he's gonna say when he starts a sentence? He's just trying to figure out what she wants to hear the most as he's talking. And yet he still ends up saying the worst possible thing. Like, that sentence was absolutely horrendous.
We're both number 1.
Yes. I don't know if that makes you feel good or shitty. I don't even know if I should have said that. I guess I can't take it back. But
Oh, shut up.
it's true. It's really scary.
Oh my God, how is anybody taking this guy seriously? It's crazy. How do you even know who your number 1 is at this point? Like, they're already arguing about this kind of thing, even though they've known each other for 2 days. Before they've even gotten to know each other, there's already this issue with jealousy, and there's 2 number 1s, and it's like, what are these guys, what are they doing? How are these people in their 30s?
You and me are getting engaged and married tomorrow. I'd be like fucking overjoyed. Like, I mean that shit. Like, I could totally see myself, like, being married to you and, like, being engaged to you and, like, having such a fucking amazing life. And I'm, like, falling for you. Like,
you see what I mean? Like, this is all a red flag. If he's falling for you,
I said that when we watched. I said, he don't know when to shut up. He just talks and talks and talks. I'm like, dude, just shut up.
You know, another thing when we was watching, I was trying to figure out, I was like, has he ever been in a serious relationship previously? Okay, he comes off as a guy who's so dedicated to the work, to the art, where he doesn't get out and date often. And so now you throw him on a show like this, he doesn't even know how to have a proper conversation with
and it's like everything
without being about money,
or
what I can provide, what I do, kind of
just
being
seemed
more
like BS to me.
like showboating.
Yeah, like everything just seemed like so BS. I was like, you just seem like you kind of like want like a wannabe player,
because
or whatever.
Like Drewski skit. You know what I'm saying? Like the money don't take the lame out the. You know what I'm saying?
He just
if you
come off,
lame,
I'm
you
like,
lame. No matter how much money you get.
even like saying like you were number 2, but now like what makes her number 1 now? And why would you tell her she was number 2? And why you crying? Y'all don't even know each other like that, and y'all already like y'all should know coming on the show. People are going to date multiple people. You may fall for someone that may fall for someone else, or may like that's just the show.
Because
like prepare yourself mentally for that.
When signing up for a show like this, you already know what you're signing up for.
Right.
Because you clearly have watched the show to even know that you can sign up for the show.
Right.
So you know what you're signing up for. Study it. Mm-hmm. Like watch other seasons. Like if you like, I don't know what I'm getting myself into. Really study and learn.
Facts.
Like falling for you, like,
you see what I mean? Like, this is all a red flag. If he's falling for you already, if he wants to get married to you and he can picture having an amazing life together based off of 2 or 3 days, by this point I thought she was gonna be like, dude, we barely know each other, I have no idea what you look like, and you're talking about getting engaged. What based off of everything we've talked about, how could you possibly even know that we'd have a happy life together? But of course that's not what happens. She loves everything that he says.
can you see yourself being married to me?
Yeah.
Oh my god. So as you can see, everyone
When
on
she
this show
said
has
that, I
lost
said,
their
"Shut
mind.
the
We will continue
up."
all of this in the next video. You will see who Leo chooses and how it ends in a complete catastrophe once they meet. But until then, I hope everyone has a wonderful week and a Merry Christmas, and I will see you next time.
Bruh, our show was like that. I was like, shut the... Can you see
yourself
Yeah.
in there? Yeah. I'm like, girl, shut up. Y'all, they were so annoying. I think that's why it was so hard to watch. Everybody was just annoying.
Yeah, and there's other couples on the show that
So many others, not just them.
Yeah.
Everybody, man. Everybody. this whole season was just
pointless.
Yeah.
To say the least.
To say the least.
Hey man, y'all spam us up in the comments. Let us know y'all thoughts about it down below. But it's in next time. Y'all know how it go, man. I do go by the name DJ New Kid. This is
Sierra Nicole.
We are.
Kid and C.
Yeah.
Go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my folks. Dollar, 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 dollar. Please tell me you can hear me.